I was able to survive over halfway now into 75 hard. And if you don't know what 75 hard is, there's different parameters, but 75 days where you read 10 self-help pages daily, you drink a gallon of water, which that's been the hardest part actually, is drinking a gallon of water daily. You do a progress photo every day. You pick a diet. My diet was no eating, no calorie intake after 7 p.m. It's basically no snacking, like no eating a can of pineapple slices after 7 p.m. because I'm bored. No making a PB&J after dinner for no reason. And then the probably the hardest part for most people is the exercise portion. 2 workouts a day, 45 minutes each. One of them has to be outside. And that is the kicker. And so, for me, kind of doing a running version of this, I'm kind of shooting for 90 minutes of exercise daily, half of which, 45 minutes of which, has to be outside. That means I've done a 40 plus day run streak of at least 45 minutes, which this is probably the longest consecutive amount of time I've ever ran before. And my coldest so far has been negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit wind chill a few weeks ago. And it's been amazing. I am having a better January and February because of this 75 hard. It has been so good to get outside, and we have pretty sunny winters here in South Dakota. And so cold, but sunny. And so I'm getting outside probably at least twice as much as I would. There's been so many days where it's like, oh, okay, it's negative 20, or it's windy out, or I've got a lot to do today. I'm not going to run, or I'll just go for 3 miles. But every day I've gone out there, and it is making my winter better. And I'm so grateful for it. But the two most important things that have gotten me over halfway into 75 hard without burning out and without getting hurt, because I've easily doubled my running in the last 40 some days versus the previous couple months, really. The 2 most important things that have helped me to do this are that, number 1, I'm doing things I normally do. I'm just doing more of it. I've strength work, running, drinking water, reading self-help, things I do. I'm just doing them more. And so it's not like I'm starting a whole bunch of new things. Like I'm not going from 0 reading or 0 strength work or running. I'm just doing more of it. And some days I'm doing 2 or 3 or 4 times what I would probably do that day. But it's not like some huge, crazy life change. I said 2 things, I've got 3 things. Second is that I'm front loading my days. I'm drinking most of my water in the morning. I'm starting every day with 15 to 20 minutes of lower leg, foot, and ankle balance work. And if you want the routine, I'll link it below, either in the description or the first comment of the video. I'm doing a lower leg, foot, and ankle routine, and I'm doing some balance work, some big toe stuff like that, all the way up to like my neck, and stretching a little bit with my hips. Starting my days with 15, 20 minutes, checking that off of the 90-minute requirement. And it's rare I get to the end of the day and it's like, oh shoot, I need to do some strength work because I'm not going to get it. And so front loading helps, and it's a good way to start the day. I watch comedy while I do the lower leg, foot, and ankle routine. Like, meditation's nice, journaling is nice, but start your day with some comedy. That's a good way to get going, because like you just who wouldn't benefit from starting their day with 15 minutes of laughter? And so the other thing that has helped me mostly not get hurt while doing this is my easy running. I'm a sandbagger. Like, I'm good at easy running, but I'm making it even easier. And the 2 ways I'm doing this are trails and hills. I live less than a mile from a trailhead, and I walk the uphills. And so kind of the undulating terrain forces me to walk more. And instead of like trying to run up the hills, which would not be an easy run, I'm walking them. And that's making those runs easier. Second is that when I'm on flat terrain, I'm running slower than I normally would. And so, generally my easy pace is a 9-minute pace, plus or minus 30 seconds. But so I've done multiple flat runs in the 10-minute average pace. That is uh, about as slow as I can run. Like my 5K pace is a 6-minute mile. And so I'm doing some of my recovery runs at a 4 minutes slower per mile pace than my 5K pace. And that is allowing me to run for 45 plus minutes every single day for the last 40 some days.